Hello everybody and welcome to our first cook-along for the year, I think. I don't think we did anything in January. It was all a bit crazy, holidays and everything else going on, but we are back ready to go for our Mongolian beef tonight. So this is one that I've done in the middle bowl as a slow cooked meal, but tonight I wanted to do one that you can do sort of really quickly, so a really great midweek. So I have cut my beef really thin, so if you're getting ready to do yours tonight, make sure you've got your beef nice and thin, otherwise you're going to find it's going to have to cook for a little bit longer. Otherwise, yeah, slow cooking it, doing exactly the same thing that I'm doing tonight, but just do your thicker pieces of meat if you want. So it's going to be really yummy, really delicious, and one that's going to be nice and quick and easy. Now, I don't know whether my machine's on. Let me just have a quick look as we get ready. Wait for everybody to come along. No, for some reason, oh, hang on. Is it on now? Oh, see, the things that you need to check. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we're going to pop it onto, I'm going to get this ready now while we're here. Experts, so wait for everybody to get on. I'm going to pop this on for about 20 minutes, but I'll talk to you about that in a minute, and we'll go through all of that. Okay, so I hope you're all well. I hope you're all getting into the swing of being back at school and back at work and all those things that we need to do. Yeah, so it's just, I can't believe that we're almost at the end of February. Oh, are we? Yes. We're more than halfway through February, aren't we? It's just absolutely crazy. So I'm just looking, I'm just going to pop that up a little bit. Yeah. So let's get Lunar New Year promotion on at the moment. And there's Lunar New Year is obviously on. So I wanted to do something with a little bit of an Asian twist. So we've been doing a few things for our reels and things on Facebook. So hopefully the crunchy Asian noodle salad that I did is up there now. So you can have a look at that. I also just did a tapioca pudding recipe in here as well, which will be popped up onto Facebook. So all celebrating Lunar New Year. But I'm going to get going because you should all hopefully be on and ready. Sarah is there to answer your questions tonight, so if you miss any of the steps, please feel free to reach out. She's there to help. And I'm going to start by just popping my beef in there. Now, I did about 700 grams of beef, and I did, like I said, I cut it really, really thin because I'm doing this as a quick midweek meal, so it's something that we want to, to cook really quickly, so that we're not starving because by slow cooking for 2 hours and then having to wait. So what I'm going to do to get started is I'm going to sprinkle some cornflour. So it's about 1/4 cup of cornflour in there. Now you can, if you want, pop it into a bowl or a freezer bag and splash it around and toss it that way. But honestly, save the planet. Don't use another bag. Don't use another bowl by having to wash up. I just simply have put it in, and I'm just going to toss that around so that it's going to coat my meat, which I'll show you, and I'm happy with that. So it's just to give it a coating because we want that sauce to thicken up when we pop that in there, and that's going to actually come together beautifully. So throwing everything in there. Okay, so it's one of those we don't have to come back to. We're just going to put it all in. Everything for now but the shallots. But I've got my onion and my garlic, so we'll pop that in. And then we've got I think it's 1/3 cup of brown sugar. So we'll pop that in. We've also got a tablespoon of sesame oil. Now when you buy sesame oil, it's a new one, make sure, because there's a few different ones that you can get. For this recipe, it's just, yeah, your sesame oil, but you can buy them toasted, you can buy them not toasted. I like the toasted one if I'm not frying, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's not a huge game changer, but just, have a look at what it says on there when you're buying them. And then I'm also going to add in here, I've got 1/2 cup of water and 1/2 cup of soy, and I use a lightly salted soy, so a low sodium soy sauce, and we're going to pop that in as well. Beautiful. This is a really easy wash up one too when you've got everything ready like that. And then that is it, I'm pretty sure. So I've got cornflour, sesame oil, garlic, ginger, soy, brown sugar, water, My shallots are for later, and I'm going to pop the lid on. Now, started, and I'm going to run it for 20 minutes on 120. You may need a little bit longer. Obviously, it depends on your cut of the thickness of your beef. But to get started, I'm going to get started, and I'm going to run 1A. However, I think, let me just check. If 1A is enough for that to stir through, yeah, it did perfectly. So if that doesn't stir through perfectly for you on that 1A, just pop it on to 3 for a few seconds to give it a better stir. But actually that stirred absolutely perfectly, so I'm not going to do anything else to that. And we've got it on 1A because we want it just to stir every now and then, kind of like if you were doing something in the fry pan or something like that. I don't suggest the stir fry mode for this because it did need that kind of not too high temperature, not too low, but also you don't want to burn it by whacking it onto stir fry, because we want to sort of cook it for that little bit longer, really get those flavours and everything in there as well. So we'll let that cook away, and we've got about 20 minutes. So what I'll do is I'm actually going to add some broccoli to mine in the last sort of 5 to 10 minutes, and that's completely up to you. So you don't have to add the veggies. You can just do some steamed veggies on the side, serve it with rice, serve it however you like. But I am going to add some nice little florets of broccoli. That's my family to have to eat vegetables if it's in there. So, because there's no picking it out. Once it's in there, it has to be eaten. So if you want nice small pieces of that just to pop in at the end, then that's completely up to you. You don't have to, like I say. But yeah, I am, because I do like those veggies in there. Veggies on the side with some oyster sauce or some hoisin sauce or something like that, and that'll just give it that nice little flavouring, just to pop on the side with your Mongolian beef. So this recipe is about 700 grams of beef, so that's once all your cuts, your fat is cut off, etc., and then thinly sliced. You probably could do a little bit more if you wanted to, if you were feeding more people, but this will easily feed 4 to 6 depending on the size. So if you've got big eaters, maybe just stick to 4. If you've got sort of 2 adults and 2 or 3 kids, 4 kids, God, that's a lot of kids, and good on you for having 4 kids if you're out there and you've got that many kids. Yeah, you can just sort of add a little bit more. Probably don't need to add a lot more sauce. So I know sometimes people think if they double the meat, they need to double the sauce. Not really necessary with everything. So we'll just get that broccoli done, and then that's ready to go, if I remember, at about the 10-minute to go mark. Let me know, because I always like to know who's on there live and who's cooking. And if there's something else that you've done, we try to obviously want to do different recipes, and we've really done quite a few for Lunar New Year, which has been really good and really fun to kind of play with different flavours. So if there are recipes and things that you do that you don't necessarily do in the Cook Expert, but you'd love to have them converted to the Cook Expert, we can absolutely do that. And we'll always give you a shout out as well if it's a recipe that you've brought to us that we do on a cook along. So feel free to share. We would love to hear that, and we'd love to see that as well. So Sarah is there answering your questions. So if you missed anything so far, I've just popped the beef in, and then I've added my cornflour, and I've tossed that around just to give it a nice coating, and then I've added the rest of my ingredients. So we've got some salt reduced soy sauce in there and some water, and then we've got our brown sugar, our garlic, ginger, what am I forgetting? Garlic, ginger, sesame oil, all has gone in there. So that's just going to cook away. I've set it for 20 minutes for now. Like I said, it could take a little bit longer depending on the thickness of your beef, of your meat. And also too, I did take my beef out about half an hour earlier just to sort of bring the temperature down about of it as well, which is always going to make a difference when we're cooking. So I thought that I would just mention to you our Lunar New Year promotion. So it finishes on the 25th of February, which I feel like is soon. I don't even know the date today. I think it might be the 20th or the 20th. No, it might even be the 22nd. I think it could finish on Sunday, but it does finish on the 25th of Feb. So whatever day the 25th of Feb is, our cashback finishes. You've then got a couple of weeks to claim your cashback. So it's been actually doing really well. The first one is the Cook Expert, and that is a cashback of $288, which I think is a fabulous kickback. From either, you're still going to be able to get that that promotion and that cashback. We also have it on our 5200 Premium and 5200 XL, and that is a cashback of $128. So again, great, time to be able to add to your collection. Honestly, I've been doing some testing in the kitchen. I can't tell you what I've been testing, but it could be something that will be released down the track. You may or may not have been asked about it on our Facebook page, or you might have got an email if you're on our newsletter, asking you if you'd be interested in this particular thing that we're bringing out. I just wanted to bring it out and show you tonight, but I'm not allowed. So not fair. But this thing I've been testing and I've been absolutely loving it. So I've been doing so much cooking and so much time in the kitchen, and all my taste testers are out there going crazy. But yeah, so having more than one cook expert is definitely been a thing that I have needed for the last few weeks. So I'm absolutely glad that I have more than one and more than two. An offer on our Power Blender 5 XL, so that's our big 2 litre glass jug blender, and that one is a $68 cashback. And there's one more that I just ran out of signs for, and that is our Juice Expert. So the Juice Expert is an $88 cashback. So if you're in the market for new juices or blenders or anything like that, it's a really good time for that cashback offer, which finishes on the 25th of February. If that's maybe it's a Monday. I just can't work it out. Anyway, it's coming, 25th of Feb. So we do love our Lunar New Year promotions. Now I thought while I've got a few minutes, so what have I got now? Let me just see if I can see the reflection there. I'm going to work it out, 13 minutes. Well, luckily I like to talk. Okay, so I'm just going to push that aside for a minute, and I'm just going to quickly talk about some of our accessories, because we seem to be getting a lot of queries at the moment about accessories, the accessories that we have, what you can do with your accessories. So I've been doing a little bit more testing on some things for some customers that have been asking questions, and I just thought I'd let you know. So the first one is the dicing kit. So with the new thing I've been testing, the dicing kit's something that I've started using a lot, okay, because I'm doing a lot of slow cooking type recipes. I'm sure you're all getting what I'm talking about. Dice a lot of things, so celery, carrots, potatoes, those sorts of things, and this has been an absolute saviour because it does all of that for you. So if you don't and haven't seen the dicing kit before, I just want to show you quickly. And this is certainly not a sales pitch, but it's more, I just realised that I've got one bit missing. Just give me one sec. No, doesn't matter. We don't need it. It's more that I just, I guess with a few of you on here, it's a great opportunity for me to actually explain some things to you. So the dicing kit has a little grid in the bottom, so you can make it into cubes. So what happens is you pop in your potato or your carrot, and you pop this in. This here is the 1 centimetre or 10 millimetre blade, and that goes into your food processor large bowl, just like you would put your normal blades in. So you pop that in if you want to do your dicing. So what happens is, as you push this, which is sitting in the large feed tube, as you push this through, is what then chops it into little centimetre cubes. Okay, so it works perfectly. If you don't put the blade in and you put, say, your carrots and potatoes, that's where you can do your sticks. So if you're doing potato chips and you want to do, your chips through here, then you push your potato through without the blade and it'll do your long sticks, okay? Now today yesterday actually, what I needed to try for a customer, she was wanting to buy the dicing kit to dice cucumbers and tomatoes, and I thought, I don't know that tomatoes would work. I'm not sure. Let me just get them. I'm not sure if tomatoes would work. I'm a bit like, I don't know. I don't want to tell you to buy it for that if it's not going to work for you. Cucumbers, amazing job for dicing, also for your sticks. So I actually got a tomato out, and I cut it in half so that it would fit through, obviously, the feed tube here. Tomato, and I could not believe, I don't know whether you can see that. but I couldn't believe how well it diced a tomato. I thought it would just all go to mush. So when you've got that in and your tomato's sitting there, your blade's going, you've just got to give it a good whack slowly because it will go to mush. You've just got to give it one short, sharp. That's what happens. So if you're doing bruschetta, things like that, probably would work even better if I took the seeds out first. So I didn't even do that because I just wanted to test whether it worked or not. But I was really impressed by the fact that I could do that. So if you were making like your tabbouleh and you wanted the larger sort of diced tomato in there, then it's perfect for that as well. So I was really, really impressed by the fact that I could do that with the dicer. So I just wanted to sort of share that with you so that you know, if you're thinking that, oh, actually that could work for me, it is something that I chop a lot. I'm going to make bruschetta with that tonight, by the way. I've got my basil and my everything else ready to go. You know, you're doing your because we're going to get to winter very quickly. I can imagine it's just going to go from steamy, stinking hot to really cold because that's what always happens. But it's a really good one for those winter things with when you're doing you know, your casseroles and your stews and your slow cooking and all those things as well. So that is the dicer and just a little bit more of something that I've worked out that works really well with it. So that was exciting. The other thing that I wanted to just mention was, of course, our Spiralizer. I'd love to know who's got these and who's using them and what you're using them for as well. So, you know, all of these are great for, you know, doing your zoodle. So if you're trying to be healthy and, you know, you want to have, you know, so this here is actually the Mongolian beef that I'm doing now. Is really nice on zucchini zoodles. I don't even cook the zucchini once I've zoodled it because by the time you put the hot meat on there, it actually sort of cooks through it anyway. So I do that with bolognese as well. But this one here will do your fusilli, so your thicker stones of pasta, looking pasta for your veggies. But it'll also do, I just can unlock that, your tagliatelle as well. And it'll also do your normal spaghetti. So it's a really good one for those different sort of things that you want to be able to do. Really nice for making salads as well. So, you know, you can do your carrots in there, you can do your zucchinis in there, but putting those beautiful salads together. There is a Spiralizer cookbook actually, but they all then lock in. So in terms of storage, we love anything that stores well. Oop. And then it's even got here, which is your support for putting your discs in. So yeah, so that's a really good one too for all of those things. But get that we can change other things, and I think it's really important to know because I used to own a zoodler. So as soon as this came along, it was gone. I got rid of that. You know, I used to own a juicer. So the other one that I wanted to show you and remind you that we have, and to see who's using it and what you're doing with it, is of course our extra large. So this one here is great for doing all of your, you know, like your carrot juices and your orange juices and your, you know, celery. So the other week when I did this on TVSN, I did baby spinach, and it's amazing how much juice you can get out of spinach. It comes with the extra press part, which means that you can do things like your soft berries. So strawberry jam's a really good one with this because you can take the seeds out. So if you don't want seeds in your jam, it will actually take the seeds out from the strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, all those sort of soft fruits, and that's what this press is for. Also really good if you're doing something like tomatoes, if you're doing a coulis or something like that. It's a really great way with that extra press to get that extra out. But you don't use it with your oranges and your apples and your larger sort of things as well. So yeah, I thought I'd just remind you and show you that we have that are there. Just because I had a bit of time to kill as well, and I thought, as much as I can sing and dance, actually I can't, but if I could, I would not ruin your ears at 6 o'clock at night with that. But yes, so we're going to, oh, this is smelling delicious, by the way. So we're going to yeah, so that's why I wanted to show you some of those. Let me just have a look. I'm just gonna, I'll just turn it rather than me having to walk around. Oh, so we've only got 5 minutes left. Let me just check that I'm still at 120 degrees on 1A. Yep, perfect. Okay, so we don't want, of course, that constantly stirring as well, which is why we're using the 1A. So I've got 5 minutes left, so I'm going to pop in my broccoli. Like I said, don't have to put broccoli in if you don't want. You can do it on veggies on the side, no veggies at all. I'm not here to, oh, that just mixes beautifully. I love that. I'm not here to judge your vegetable habits. There's really bad vegetable habits out there, though, I will say. Anyway, not in this house. It's eat your vegetables. So we're going to let that cook for the last 5 minutes. We've got that broccoli in there as well. Now, at the end as well, I'm going to add some fresh shallots. So we've got those cut up ready to go. I've also grabbed some sesame seeds, which I'm just going to sprinkle on the top, really for decoration. So if you don't have sesame seeds, it's not a game changer. It's really just going to give it that nice look. So we'll get rid of all of this. We've got my rice ready to go in the bowl, and we're going down for the next 5 minutes. So, Cookalongs we have running one a month at the moment. So we hope that for those... actually, is there anyone new here? I would love to hear if there's anyone new on tonight. Because we do talk about it all the time to get people on, really help to give you the confidence in cooking with our Cook Expert. If you are new and you've just come on and you've just, this is the first one you've watched, we do have a YouTube channel, and all of the Cookalongs that we've done over the years, not always me, Sarah's done quite a number of them as well, and some of our girls in the past have done them, so they are all there, and they're a really good way for you to jump on and have a look, really to build that confidence in cooking. So I know that a lot of people get themselves beautiful machines like this, and they are a considered purchase. Once you've got it, you need to be using it, because I hear when people go, oh, I bought blah, but I'm just not using it. You just need to make sure you're doing that. So get in there, make sure you're using this beautiful, beautiful machine. And if you're watching and don't have one yet, oh my gosh, you need to get yourself one. $288 cashback at the moment, which is a great one as well. So have a look and see what's out there. Doesn't matter what you pay for it, because you could get it cheaper somewhere else. Doesn't matter where you actually buy it from. But the fact that you get that cash back at any price point is a really good one as well. So when you're shopping around, remember to minus that $288 that you're going to get back, which will slide straight into your bank account as well. So it doesn't come as a voucher or a Magimix credit or anything like that. It comes through as cash into your account, which I think is really good as well. So we've only got about 3 minutes left of this, and then I will check whether it's cooked through enough, and then we can go from there. It is smelling delicious though, I will say. It is smelling very delicious. So we'll let that go. And we're nearly there, so please, if you've got things that you want us to try to convert for you, or that you've got that you'd like us to do a cook-along using one of your recipes, absolutely you're welcome to do that. And we'd love to give you a shout out for that as well. Obviously our recipes need to be under 30 minutes. And also too, I know that people have asked for demonstrations and cook-alongs with the XL steamer and those sorts of things, but the problem with that is we want to keep the cook-along sort of streamed to those people that own a Cook Expert. Obviously if you don't own a Cook Expert, you can still watch, because you can look at other ways to do it. But this as what you buy when you actually first purchase your machine. So just makes it nice and simple, and we get lots of people on there to have a look and enjoy. Okay, well, I might shuffle this along, and I might just get some rice ready. One I prepared earlier. Could even do it with fried rice, which I nearly did because I had some fried rice in the fridge, but that's okay. We've got boiled rice now. So we're nearly there. What are we down to? 1.5 minutes. Oh, look at that. Time just flies, doesn't it? Okay, nearly there. So, TVSN, the next TVSN shows are Saturday the 2nd of March at 9:30 in the morning is Big Brand Day on TVSN. So I will be there bright and early to get going on that show, and that will be for our juice expert. So if you want to see the juice expert in action, then that is the best time to see it, and we've got a really great bonus with that one as well. We also then have, just broke my pen. We also then, the very next day, the 3rd of March, live again, I will be bringing you gelato. and I think that's at 3:30 on the Sunday. So gelato, if you want to see the gelato expert in full swing action, then you are going to have to tune in to see that one as well. So it's a great machine, and anyone that owns one, I did see somebody the other day on the Magimix tips and tricks had said, is it worth it? And I loved the comments of people going, oh my gosh, life changer, love it. You can do dairy free, you can do vegan, you can do so many things with it, and so many options of making your own ice cream. We love it in this household. Maple syrup ice cream is the #1 hit on a Sunday morning with pancakes and bacon. Go figure. No, oh my gosh, you've got to try it. It's on the app. Okay. Oh, we're bubbling away. Now, for me, I'm going to try it. I don't like cooking. Oh my gosh, I love cooking. I don't like eating while I'm live, but I'm just going to try it because it is so close, but I think it does need the extra 5. So I'm going to go with that. Hopefully I'll get it right. Is it going up? No, I think I've just gone a bit crazy. Okay, let's go the extra 5 minutes. Hopefully we've all still got temperature at 120, etc. Let me just double check, because that wouldn't be great. Yep, 120, 1A. But just 5 more minutes I'm going to go with. And again, you've got to do it to your liking, because if you add on the pink side, there's nothing wrong with that obviously either. And we're just going to give that a little bit longer. Which I was supposed to do, but got chatting so much that I forgot to do. But that's okay, we're good. And then I'm going to stir those shallots through. So we're nearly there. So 2nd and 3rd of March, and then I'm going to go on a little holiday, and I'm so excited. So excited. So, and then we'll be back later in March for everything else that goes on. I can't believe we're even talking about March, which starts next weekend. No, next week. Not like the 1st of March on like the, let me work that out, the Friday. That's really scary. Anyway, March. We're going to be wrapping Christmas presents again before we know it, which is really scary. Okay. So I'm going to have to start dancing and singing. Sorry. Okay. This is nice and warm. This will be a really nice winter one actually as well, because it's, do you know what I love about using this, going to the seasons, is in summer. So it has been so humid this summer. It's been crazy in Sydney. So I'm in Sydney. I don't know where everyone else is, but it's been crazy. It's crazy weather. And the worst thing is when you have to turn your oven on. I just like, it's the worst. It's the one thing that I go, everything I want to cook does not need the oven, please, because it just drives me insane. Thank goodness for air fryers and cook experts, I say. So it's a really great way to be able to do all your cooking without having to worry about turning the oven on, because you spend all that money with your aircon, keeping your house cool, and then you go and put on an oven which is just blowing hot air. So it's really great with this to be able to stop that, which I love too. And then in winter, it's like a little hand warmer, because it's not too hot to touch, and it's nice, it's beautiful. That's why when I was like, oh, winter warmer. Okay, 3 minutes to go. You're all like, yeah, hurry up, I'm hungry. Who's cooking? Have you all told me who's cooking there tonight? Because I want to know. I always like to know if you're doing it along with me, if you've actually managed to follow all the steps. If you haven't, Sarah is there. The girls will pop the recipe up onto the app tomorrow. So you'll have everything there. You've got all the ingredients on the Facebook page. And literally, it was throw in the beef, cover it in cornflour, and then throw in all the other ingredients. 20 to 25 minutes, 1A at 120 degrees, and it's going to be absolutely perfect. If you are not satisfied that your beef is cooked through because you've cut it a bit thicker, just add an extra 5 minutes at the end. Mine was quite thin, but I'm still going to go with the 25 minutes because I feel like it just needed that little bit more, just to really make sure that it's cooked through. If you wanted to do this as a slow cooker recipe, then absolutely you can do that. just cut your strips thicker and then pop it down to 110, and you can cook it over a couple of hours doing it that way, and it just gives those flavours even more time to really, you know, soak into that meat and make that meat nice and tender. I'm just going to grab a spoon or a scoop will do, so I can serve this up. So it's got everything in there ready to go. Veggies on the side if you want. I've thrown broccoli in there just because I want to. It's easy. I don't need an extra saucepan to have to actually cook my veggies, which I think is a win as well. We've got a minute and a half to go and you'll be having dinner. If you cooked along with me, if you didn't cook along with me, I hope that your mouth's watering and it's one you're going to try on the weekend, because it is definitely worth a try. It is definitely a good quick Asian recipe that we've got in there with this beef. So we're nearly there. Just make sure it's reduced, because it really does make a difference. Otherwise it's just really salty. So you're going to need a few glasses of water next to you, or wine if that suits you better. Okay, we're nearly there. We've got less than a minute. We're there, nearly. Come on, we can do this together. And any other questions you've got about, well, you've got 45 seconds left here, and then you've probably got a minute after that to chat to Sarah quickly if you've got questions, and Sarah can answer all those questions for you. And while we're here, happy birthday, Sarah. So Sarah did have a birthday. She's had 2 birthdays actually, but that's another story. So happy birthday while she's sitting there typing away. It's not today, we didn't make her work today, so it's okay. But it was earlier in the week. So happy birthday, Sarah, and thank you for being there, answering everybody's questions tonight. We are nearly there. We are on the countdown. We are almost in single digits. Okay, come on. You know how they say about a watched pot? Yeah, kind of feeling like that. Okay. Round 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Yum, yum. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Okay, so I'm going to add some of these shallots now. And then I'm going to keep some that I'm going to cut a little bit thinner to sprinkle on top. So you want those fresh shallots just stirred through that beautiful hot, oh, and my broccoli's perfect now. So that 10-minute mark was the absolute winner. And we've got that stirred through. And I am going to serve that up. There's actually multiple dinner choices in this house tonight, because while I was recipe testing today, I may have done lamb shanks, which I've now pulled off the bone. Oh my gosh, they melted. Okay, I'm going to add a couple of extra little shallots to the top there, because it's all about presentation, because we eat with our eyes. Sprinkle that on. We're going to add some sesame seeds. If you live near me, get in your car, get over here now. Dinner is served. There we go. Mongolian beef in 25 minutes. All in our Cook Expert, all in one pot. The washing ups part of this is easy, because as we know, we fill it with water and a bit of detergent, put on the rinse mode, and we are done. Enjoy your night, enjoy your dinner. Hope you're having a glass of wine with that, and we will see you soon. Bye for now.